thing is like, you know, the galactics, obviously, but that's honestly probably one of the most Pluto and Aquarius themes.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's an easy way to get everyone to awaken, because it's like, okay, look at the shit that you're worried about, the shit you're arguing about, the shit that you think is so important, but as soon as you're like, oh, aliens are coming, it changes the game. It's like, well, none of this matters.
Right. No, like that's what I would like, you know what I mean? Like, open the Pandora's box. I feel like, yeah, I mean, instead of just it being the same redundant clown show with the Democrats, I'd rather something
a little bit new and interesting.
New, like, let's go into 2025. Like, let's get ready for the Jubilee that Trump promised next year till 2026. Like, I'm fucking for it. So, I don't know, like I said, it would just be interesting, and I feel like maybe showing people through, the deep sleepers through action, and that life is better because Trump is going to do the things that he promised to do, just like he did in 2016. Like, just be like, oh, like, you know, because no one is going to be, you have to go within yourself, right? To be told that you are incorrect about these things. Like, you have to make that decision of like, and you have to see like, oh wow, I have more money to feed my family. Like, people need these things to kind of have a reckoning moment of like, oh, I wasn't correct, because people screaming at each other in the middle of the street, like no one's gonna see each other's side. Like, like, just like people that woke up and are on a spiritual journey, nobody can do that work for you, and like, this is just a dumbed down spiritual version of that lesson, you know? It's just,
and now that Pluto's gonna move back into Aquarius, I mean, we saw it this whole year, like, I felt like a lot of things did change and like evolve, and like it felt totally different. You could viscerally feel the shift when Pluto went back into Capricorn. Like, it just like gave me like mission flashbacks, because that whole era was that energy of like, it just felt like you were pushing a boulder up a fucking mountain daily. Yeah. And it never stopped. And I felt that since Pluto's been back in Capricorn. Like, this very kind of like hardcore energy where just you feel like everything's hard and like you have to keep pushing, and just like, but that was 16 years of that. And that's why everyone was like, when is this going to end? And I felt like Pluto and Aquarius was a really like breath of fresh air. Like, things just felt like, you know, we don't have to try so hard. Like, things could just align. So the next, what is it? November 19th, it shifts. So what's today? The 28th?
We're like 3 weeks away.
Yeah. So this is going to be the real interesting bit, where it's the last 3 weeks of this. And it's just like every day it's inching on this threshold between the 29th degree and the 0 degrees.
I know, and it's crazy too, because I was laughing at the full moon in Taurus too, which is on our girl Jerry's birthday. We love you, Jerry. Happy early birthday. You're getting a full, because me and her were both born on full moon, so we're both Scorpio sun and Taurus moon, so it'll be be like, I don't even know, like this last go around, and then the day after my birthday Pluto goes into Aquarius. Like, let's wrap this shit up.
Let's wrap it up, baby.
I know, it's crazy that it's been like since 2008, and how much really has changed on the planet since then. But yeah, I mean, like, this forceful, like, external, like, you have to do all these things to get to where you want to be. And I feel like Pluto in Aquarius, like this last year, 2 years, because it started dipping last year, has kind of shown us like, it doesn't have to be that way.
Yes.
That there's more behind the scenes of like energetics and all of these things. And I'm really excited, like, for also the other big shift with Pluto and Aquarius is like the community setting. Because people are like,
people did start becoming very much more like community focused, whether it was online or people wanting to set up, you know, farms and
doing those
homesteads
things
and all of that. So I definitely feel that's the theme for sure moving forward.
Yeah, because then like a lot of people were saying like, oh, like I think a girl was talking about Pluto and Aquarius and was like, if you've noticed, like, people are such homebodies, they don't want to go out, we have this lack of community, and like how that's all going to change with Pluto and Aquarius. And I feel like these shifts, like Pluto and Capricorn kind of just like solidified our Matrix experience of like, we don't want this.
It totally did.
We don't need this, and it's only become such a gap between the elites and their greediness and the rest of the people, and we're so out of balance, and everyone feels it. And I feel like we just need to be more aware of like energetics, because I was feeling into like, I've seen a lot of people talking about my boy Liam Payne and all of those things, but like people for like weeks, it's been like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks since that happened, And all these people are like, I haven't felt the same. Like, I'm not the same person. I, like, keep remembering he's not here and everything that happened, and it's really weird, blah, blah, blah. And, like, just bringing up how, like, they don't feel the same. Like, they feel like they've gone through some portal. And I was like, that's interesting, because I also feel like we went through a massive portal with the Asheville event, with the Western North Carolina, Tennessee thing, because we lost so many people. And you don't realize that when a transition like that happens, same with 9/11, we were really young, so maybe less with us, but more if you were an adult back in 2001, you might remember of, like, your equilibrium feels off because so many people just crossed over and sacrificed themselves for the light, because
it's so much density that they take with them to help clear. And so you just, it feels like, whoa, because all of a sudden this huge chunk of energy is pulled out.
Right, and that's what people are saying about, like, Liam, like, when you have a strong essence.
This election is going to be, dude. It's going to be a fucking portal.
That's what I'm saying of, like, it's whatever happens, going through that on the other side. Like, the biggest thing I feel like, I think a lot of Trump people, if he does win, are honestly going to be in a state of shock because of, you know what I mean? And nothing's going to feel real. The Democrats, their whole life's over. They're going to be spinning and glitching with all their vaccines and all of that. But, like, even Trump people, I think they're going to be like, oh my God, we did it. Like, oh my God, we actually did it this time. Like, it's successful. It's going to be like a portal.
That's exactly it. It's like, it's Ascension. That's what Ascension feels like. Like, we've had moments of, like, you reach these certain milestones and you're like, oh shit, like, how did we make it here? How did we get here? And it doesn't feel real in many ways because especially with Pluto and Capricorn, it's just like nose to the ground. Like, you one foot in front of the other, and you just feel like you're constantly just having to move forward, and you don't even have a moment to, like, zoom out and be like, look at how much has happened. Like, look at how far we've come. Look at it. It's going to be a surreal